Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales, or Pirates 5. This movie is directed by Joachim Ronning and Espen Sandberg. The movie stars Johnny Depp, Javier Bardem, and Jeffrey Rush, with Brendan Thwaites and Kea Scandalario. The fifth installment in the Pirates franchise, yes, the fifth installment, is about the search for Poseidon's trident. It's an object that has the ability to rid the sea of any and all curses. So, the son of Will and Elizabeth Turner, Henry Turner, is looking for this object, and Jack Sparrow joins him, and the evil Captain Salazar, who Jack knew many, many years ago, is after the lot of them. And for this being the fifth installment of a franchise, unlike Resident Evil, Saw, and Die Hard, this fifth movie isn't bad. When it comes to the Pirates movies, the only thing that's different this time around are the directors. The characters, the formula, and even the music is the same. The plot, just like the other ones, and you can intertwine the first two items here. You have Jack Sparrow, who's searching for a unspoken of, legendary, mythological object, and then he's joined by a young male lead, who then runs into a young female lead, and both of them are being chased by an authority figure, usually British. But wait, some villain from Jack Sparrow's past has come back to chase all of them. It's like a giant rat race for some mythological object, item, or quest. Start with the negatives of this movie. It's the fifth one, it's not going to be perfect, but here's the biggest flaw for me, was the character of Jack Sparrow. Because in the first movie, you had this character that seemed like an oaf who was always drunk, but secretly, he was a genius and he knew what he was doing. So he was a good, strong character. But as the movies went on, especially in this one, he's really just become this oaf that gets lucky whenever fatal or dramatic things happen to him. I mean, you can definitely tell he's older because he doesn't really reveal any skin. He's fully clothed the entire time. Also, I feel like the franchise is kind of running out of steam because let's run down the villains. In no particular order, you have the human pirate villain, then you have the cursed pirate villain, and then you have the Hades of the underworld, who's practically undead. And then now you have a ghost. Granted, all the villains are defeated, so, there's something to cheer for, but a ghost? I don't really see what's next or how they're going to up that with the next movie. He also has a flashback, which is cool because movies nowadays, they're de-aging their actors. And don't get me wrong, it's working, but I just feel like, oh, you want to just hire an older actor? Okay, we'll just de-age him with CGI. So you're not getting the older actor, you're getting the younger version done with computers. Now, there's a flashback in this movie involving Jack Sparrow and his fateful run-in with Captain Salazar, played by Javier Bardem. Now, I like the flashback, but that type of story should have been done with dialogue and exposition. They should have had one character tell another character what had happened. They should have saved the flashbacks for something more important, like the story involving Jack Sparrow, Cutler Beckett, and how the Black Pearl came to be. That would have been a lot cooler to see because it would have been nice to see those actors again, and it just was a more important time in his life. Again, this story could have just been told through dialogue, and it also didn't really help that after that event, that's when Jack Sparrow gets this item and this item, and it's I don't like when movies go, okay, this story that's totally a coincidence also led to A, B, and C. I wish those events would have happened randomly or at a different time, not Jack Sparrow became Jack Sparrow after his run-in with Salazar, who is coincidentally the villain of this movie. They should have called it Salazar's Revenge instead of Dead Men Tell No Tales, because Dead Men Tell No Tales is literally said by a character moments before the opening credits come on screen. And plus, Salazar's Revenge sounds cooler. Now, this movie also surprised me. At the very beginning and at the end, I was engaged because I didn't know what was going to come next, including a couple cameos, which are really cool. But also, my favorite character got some much needed screen time, and a story was told, and his character had an arc, and that's of Captain Hector Barbosa. Jeffrey Rush may have been there just to collect a paycheck, but I'm glad his character was given something to do in this movie because it was desperately needed, as opposed to him just being a tag-along or another character that had to be in this movie for it to be a Pirates film. Like, what's his name? Jack Sparrow's right-hand guy. He was in this, but he didn't have to be. Now, this movie was good for the storytelling. Jack Sparrow, but I liked how the movie gave us finality with some of the storylines and characters, but it also kind of set the stage for another movie or two. Also, just a little nitpick, Brendan Thwaites did a good job, and so did Kea Scandalario. I liked their characters individually. I didn't think they really had any chemistry because they tried to force like this romance within one movie, so it didn't work as well as the original trilogy. But their characters individually were strong and independent, and they were different. They definitely outshined Sam Claflin and the Frisbee chick from the fourth movie. So the acting was improved upon in this movie. I've heard that a person that worked on the movie, one of the cast members, said that this film was a soft reboot. And though they do set the stage for more films involving characters and storylines, if this is the final Pirates movie, I'd be okay with that. If they wanted to also follow the Hollywood trend of do an older Jack Sparrow years later, like an old Rocky Balboa or a Logan, that would actually probably save the character of Jack Sparrow. And so because this one wasn't the best in the franchise, but it was better than 3 and 4, and it was emotional and still surprised me after 5 movies, I'm going to give Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, a B. So until next time, guys, see ya. And oh yeah, when you see this movie, stay after the credits.